Coach, when you began game week preparation for Kentucky and looking at their offense, is there anything that they do from a scheme-wise that creates a unique challenge?
Schematically, they're pretty much like a spread football team. I think they got a pretty strong emphasis in the run game. They do have some really good running backs. They got about 3 or 4 that I think are pretty special. Traditionally, I think they're a traditional spread team in college football right now, but they do definitely have an emphasis in the run game.
What's your take on their quarterback?
I think he's a good player. I mean, he was a starter last year for the last 2 games. So he's somebody who's got some valuable playing experience, and he did a good job last year for him. I think he's got a pretty strong arm as well.
Coach, talk a little about your defensive backfield. You have a lot of guys that are mainstays, but talk a little about the experience and how it can help against Kentucky.
I think we definitely have a very experienced backfield. With Antoine and Foster in the back end of safeties, you got Cornell and Picasso. I think we got a very experienced, backfield. So hopefully that, bodes out well for us. But it's like anything else, is we got to prepare for them and get ready to play.
How do you feel your defense is looking? Given spring and summer camp, how do you feel like they're looking right now going into the first week?
I'm excited about the opportunity. We're all excited about it. Now it's really just cutting down, making sure that we're firing all cylinders come Saturday.
When you look big picture and just the prospect of going up there to beat an SEC team for week 1 of this, Jay Hopson era, what does this mean to the program?
I mean, it's another game. We're not looking at it as anything other than that, really. It's really about us. It's our first opportunity to show what we can do as a defensive unit, and we're going to prepare for them just like we prepare for anybody else.
Being said, from what you've noticed in the locker room, how confident does this bunch seem to be about being capable of going up there to win?
This is the first really game week preparation that we've had. Up to this point, it's pretty much been all about us. So, I'm sure they're excited about the opportunity, confident. I'll have to see on Saturday, but I think they're excited about the opportunity, I'll say that.
You talk about the experience in the backfield, but at linebacker, there's not that much. I'm kind of fascinated by CJ. What did he do to get to where he is right now?
I think he's an extremely smart football player. He's a linebacker that studies the game. He's a good communicator, and those are things I look for kind of in linebackers. So I think he's done a great job with that for us so far.
Anything else?
The quarterback for Kentucky will be a point of emphasis to put pressure on him, get to him.
Yeah, that's any quarterback. I think the more you get to him, the more he can kind of feel that. Especially going into game 1, I think a lot of times, all the quarterbacks have the red shirts on. So, this could be their first opportunity to actually get hit. So I think that's always emphasis, no matter who you play.
Coach, probably lost more snaps on the defensive line from last year to this year than any other position. How do you feel about how that unit has come together over the course of the spring and summer, and especially with the changes over the past few practices?
I think Coach Nicholson has done a great job with them, getting them ready. And, there's definitely some players in that unit that we're excited about playing. You always got Dylan Bradley, who always stands out. But there's a lot of other ones. I think they're about to have a pretty big year. Now, they've had a great spring and a good camp, and I'm excited to see what they do in real-life situations.
Anything else? Coach, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.